with Kendrick and Drake, it's a little different because it's not like what you had with NWA.
Nah. So I mean, who knows? You know, what I mean, we sitting. I'm like you. I'm sitting back watching the show. I don't know where it's gonna go.
Could it be over?
Only if Drake wanted to be over.
Big Boy's
Big
neighborhood.
Boy.
All righty now. Ice Cube in the neighborhood. Cube, welcome
Yeah.
back to the neighborhood, brother.
What's happening?
Hey, man, you know I was about to yay again, man. I think every interview starts off with me talking about how I want to yay.
I was waiting for you to
Yeah, but then you just don't. You know what I'm saying? Like
Get it in, man. It's good for the soul.
all right, yay. All right. Yeah, you had to do it, man. Hey, Q, do you ever get tired of that, of people saying it back to you?
Nah.
I got a homie of mine, man. I don't want to say his name. His name is Eric Blake. He's a comedian. When he says it, bro, it really gets on my nerves.
Why?
I don't know, man. It's like he does it on stage, and I'm just like, you don't have no like cease and desist letters.
You can just
Yeah, that you
Nah,
can
it's
just have
all
your
good.
team sing. Oh, okay.
It's all good.
All righty, yeah, he gonna take it and run with it, man. Cube, it's a lot to talk about, man. And I don't know, yeah,
That's how I like it.
I don't know where to start at, so I'm just gonna start at the beginning.
Let's
All
do
righty,
it.
and we've been having a lot of focus on, of course, the Kendrick and Drake,
Yeah.
and you are no stranger when it comes to getting into a beef and knowing how to handle it extremely well. You know, so when you were watching what was going down with Kendrick and Drake, did that feel familiar to you?
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's fun to
Well, it's fun when you win. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, it's fun when you win. But it's fun to see, you know, people were saying, you know, hip hop is floundering and hip hop is, you know, not the same. Is it on its last leg? And then here come this, you know, this gem of a beef. You know what I'm saying? And you know, hip hop and fans love a good battle.
Right. And we see this now.
Like that's where we started. We cut our teeth on battling. And it's part of the game. And so to see, you know, when you see the heavyweights going at it,
Right.
it's always good to see a heavyweight fight.
Yeah, and there's no escaping this, man. It's at the summer league basketball games. It's at soccer games. It's at boxing matches. It's in the clubs. It's like, especially when it comes to Not Like Us. That is one of those songs that I feel like is not going to disappear. And it's crazy because, Q, we've had people that say, man, there's a certain amount of diss records.
Yeah.
That people say, no, this is the best. And I've said it on air, and I say it many, many times again, bro. No Vaseline, to me, is the best diss record overall.
Yeah, I mean, look, I done seen some fights in my life.
Right.
But when you see like brothers fight or cousins fight, it's just a little more vicious. It was a family feud.
Yeah.
That's why I made it. That's why it was so, I guess, polarizing in a lot of ways, and that's why it was so potent. It wasn't just, fighting somebody from across town.
Right.
We live in the same city.
Yeah, and y'all, man, not grew up, but established so much together.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So, but the thing is, me and Dub was talking about it when it first jumped off between Drake and Kendrick is, the first person with a hit record that's a diss is going to win. And,
wow.
And so
you said that early on.
I said it early on when they was both doing records back and forth.
This is the list right here we had to put together.
I said the first one with who come with that major summer hit is gonna be the one that win.
And we see that.
Yeah, Not Like Us.
Go ahead now. Is that people calling it? Is the Friday script ready?
Not quite. Not
okay.
quite.
I saw his phone ringing. I was just like, man,
that ain't the money ring.
So you saw this coming on, and you knew that, man. Whoever make that hit, that's beyond
just a hit record,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, Not Like Us is a hit. I don't care what he rapping about, to be honest. It's banging. So by him adding, the disses and being, so on point, like surgical with it, it's undeniable.
Were you watching it from like that? Were you watching it all the way through, kind of?
here and there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm catching, I mean, they dropping them so damn fast. I'm like, how could anybody keep up that got a job? You know what I'm
man.
saying?
You
Like,
better not have a job, kids, nothing, man. Like even Cedric the Entertainer was like, yeah, didn't he drop that like 1 minute later?
yeah,
Yeah.
know, so it's crazy. You know,
If you look at
that
this,
they
man,
got,
it was like 9 songs in like a month.
yeah.
Like after they dropped like that in March 22nd, from April 13th to May 5th, it was like 8 more songs that came out.
You know, it's like nuclear fallout.
Yeah, man.
And we haven't seen it on that level before. You know, we've seen disses go back and forth, but not that quick. You know,
Yeah.
it was quick.
Can you imagine if we had social media when you did No Vaseline?
Because it felt like we did.
Yeah, man.
You know, it felt like we did.
It's
so
crazy.
It'd be hard to see that magnified. You know, I'm glad we didn't, to be honest.
Yeah, it was perfect timing too.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't.
And where do you think this goes from here? You know, because when it was Ice Cube and NWA, that's brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And at one time, I know it was crazy. I mean, I was living it too. It was crazy, but then you guys can come back together and y'all can make records. You can make a movie. You know what I'm saying? But that's brotherhood.
Yeah.
With Kendrick and Drake, it's a little different because it's not like what you had with NWA.
Nah. So I mean, who knows? You know what I mean? We sitting. I'm like you. I'm sitting back watching the show. I don't know where it's gonna go.
Could it be over?
Only if Drake wanted to be over. Yeah. I mean, you know, he a heavyweight. So
Right. Would it surprise
losing
you?
a fight is not the end of the world.
Right.
You know
right.
what I'm saying? As long as you're down to get down.
Would it surprise you if he came with one more? Or you think it's better to just
wouldn't
leave where it is?
surprise me.
Damn.
No.
But you competitive too, man.
I mean, he should.
Hey,
I mean,
bro,
what is he waiting on?
It take a different kind of person to get into a beef, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, I couldn't handle it. like, I couldn't handle it, man. Either I cry or somebody got to die.
I mean, somebody. That's funny.
Yeah, man.
I mean, look. If somebody bomb on you, what you gonna do? Nothing.
Kill him. I mean, yeah, hit him back. That's what I mean. Hit him back.
Yeah. I mean, but we talking about rap.
Yeah. I just
When
don't know
when
the
he go
boundaries.
to the street, it's a whole different thing. You know.
Yeah, we seen that.
It's just straight crime.
Mhm.
But hip hop on wax, you know, it's you know, it is what it is. It's the good, the bad, the ugly.
Hey, man, you said that, and when we sat down and we did an off air, you said you had a No Vaseline, a second No Vaseline,
Yeah.
and you said that was already written.
Yeah.
And was it more potent than the No Vaseline that we heard?
I don't remember. I got to go back and look in my notebook.
You still have that notebook?
Yeah.
Can we leave now and then come back and finish the interview?
No.
I'm just imagining with No Vaseline, everything that was said. What did No Vaseline 2 sound like?
I don't know. It never got made.
You ever had a conversation with any of the fellas from NWA, and did they tell you like, man, yeah, you fucked us up with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
He was like, we did the whole movie.
Yella say, you know, Yella.
Oh, yeah, Yella.
Say, you know, he'll say what it is.
Mhm.
DOC, all those dudes, you know, they'll say what it is. It's, to me, it was done years ago. We got nothing but love for each other now, so it you know, it's just a piece of history.
Why do you still perform it?
Well, fans love it, you know, from the movie.
He was like, 'cause you kept begging me, big.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hit song at the end of the day. And, you know, when you perform and you want to give people the hits, you want to get them what they came for. And since the movie came out, it was like requested. So I hadn't done it for a decade or two. And then, you know, with the movie, it's just only right. I think bygones are bygones at the end, you know, at this point.
Damn, I definitely couldn't be at your show. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember you performed at my birthday, and the N-Word You Love to Hate is like one of my favorite Ice Cube songs. And you did that for me. And in the song, you know, he would look at me, he says, you know, somebody say, fuck you, big boy, fuck you, big boy. And I was loving it. And dude, Veronica, who's now my wife, she was over there like, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, is he saying "fuck you, big boy"? And I'm over here partying.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Man, Cube don't rock with you." I'm like, "Oh no! You got to understand what this moment is. You got to understand what it is." But that's good. When it comes to Drake and Kendrick, that's good. That's so-called good for hip hop.
Yeah.
Amen. I ain't mad at you.
Without a doubt.
Cube Friday. That's the question that people have been asking for decades. And we just heard you recently say that it seems like the sun, the moon, the star, everything aligned.
We just close to having a deal and moving forward with making the movie.
Really though.
Yeah.
And not that how do you make, because we've seen some of the major players in Friday. And I know creatively
Don't ask me what
we can
the
make
movie,
it happen.
Man, let me
You don't even know what it's about.
Let me cook, man.
Yeah, well, and then we'll eat.
Yes.
All righty. What ingredients are you putting in
Don't
there?
worry about
it. we gonna let you cook, but what?
Don't worry about none of that.
Right. Because when you do it, you're gonna do it the right way.
Of course, I wouldn't even do it if I didn't do it the right way.
Really though, are you excited to do Friday again?
Yeah, I am.
That's crazy, man. Because that's one of those things where everybody asks for it. And I never thought, not never, like, oh, it ain't gonna happen. But when I heard you say, no, it's coming together, I'm like, man, we've been waiting on this one for a minute.
Yeah, well, Warner Brothers got new leadership. Mike DeLuca, who we've done a lot of cool movies together at New Line back in the day. All About the Benjamins, Players Club.
Oh yeah, the
Next
Players
Friday,
Club. That's a classic right there.
Yeah,
I think that's your best movie ever.
Players Club because you in it.
I mean,
Come on, man.
I mean, yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The one thing that you know how to do, bro, you know how to find talent and put talent in your movies, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like Katt Williams, all those, Chris Tucker. But man, when you found Big Boy and put him in as Joe, for Players Club, man, that's when everybody else started to come around and mess with you.
That was that character's name, Joe.
I think it was. Because really it didn't. I think that's what she was like, Joe. Yeah, I think what you don't remember the icon, the groundbreaking. You don't remember what I did for you as a filmmaker.
How we gonna do part 2 then? Because you don't look like Joe no more.
I know, man, but with the same way, just let you cook. You know what I'm saying? Just let you cook. I mean, I think
all right, let me cook, man.
Yeah, let you cook.
You got to do a lot of eating to look like Joe, though.
No, but cleverly we'll write it in and we'll make it like, Joe, we can write it in close to what I did. Gastric bypass, Joe, and you know what I'm saying? And now he's on this health thing. Like, I think,
what if Joe took one of the girls home and she cut out his kidneys or something, his liver, and left him in the bathtub.
That's a hell of an angle. That brings thriller.
It bring drama into it.
Drama and thriller.
Joe woke up in a bathtub of ice
with his liver missing.
Yeah,
and that explains it right there.
Yeah, explains Joe. And Joe is back to kill him.
I don't know. I think you need to put more seasoning in this cooking, man. I think you need to put more seasoning.
Joe is back to kill the.
Right, Joe. So Joe, you said Joe's back to kill the bitch.
Yeah.
Let's wait on that one. Let's get Friday out the way first.
I'm digging this.
Well, let's do it first then, bro. I think that the Revenge of Joe is way better than Friday.
Whoa.
The Revenge of Joe.
The Revenge of Joe.
Revenge of Joe.
Players Club. The Revenge of Joe.
Yeah.
I think that's way better than. You know what I'm saying? What we got?
Oh, you got a classic moment right
there.
Hold
on,
man.
Oh man, this right here, man.
What you want, Joe? Some Slim Fast?
Nah, no Slim Fast, baby. I want some hand doggy dog. Nah, I want the she be drinking on, not that watered down she be trying to serve us.
Hey, dude, that's better than you got knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I think you hear more hand doggy dog.
Snoop might want a little residual from that.
Really though?
Hand doggy dog.
Right. Hey man, Snoop got all that from me because remember, if you look at it the right way, Players Club came out before Snoop.
Man, come on
now.
All
right, man.
Come on now, stop.
Hey man, your little arm was almost convincing. Even Q was over there like, damn, did it? Hey Q, what about all the people that you gave not chances to, but like first time or putting them in movies? Like a lot of introduction to who we see now as either superstars, A-list stars, careers being built. A lot of them came through through
Q Vision.
Q Vision, your production.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're talking about, man, the list go, Katt. I hadn't seen Katt a lot or at all. I seen, like small comedy clubs. The same with Mike Epps. Chris Tucker sitting on like all the Friday stuff with Chris. As far as what we got out of that, there's so many people. Like Bernie Mac really getting his feet wet in certain movies with you. That right there, bro, is like that you kicked off a lot of careers. And that's the guy that was, the lead rapper from NWA creating this other world.
Yeah, I mean, it's what it's all about. Like when you got an opportunity, it's what Dre did with me. You know what I mean? Like gave me an opportunity. Lonzo Williams, these dudes who had a record company, had they was doing parties around Compton and whatever, around, the city, and gave me a shot. And so it's natural. Like when you see talent and you have opportunity, like give them a shot. It's like the world should see this. Like all these people made me laugh, or I could see something in them where I knew that they could do it. So I tried to give them layups, just something where it's like you're gonna walk into this and it's up to you on how good it's gonna be, but it's gonna be in your wheelhouse. It's gonna be perfect for you. So all you got to do is bring your magic to the, to this, this stage that I'm setting up, and when they do it, they blow.
Yeah,
and it's
man.
cool. Same with Terry Crews,
Lisa Ray.
Yeah, I mean, when they have the opportunity, all they do is show what I seen in them, the talent, and they blow.
Hey man, and I love when they give it back to the community as well. Because a lot of people say that you really was in a position where you helped them out.
Yeah, that's
myself
cool.
included. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. It's really that's all I look for. It's just acknowledgement, and then do the same when you got an opportunity.
Nah, and I give it to you, man, because the iconic role that I played of Joe in Players Club, just you seeing
that the character name, Joe?
Yeah, it was Joe. It was Joe.
Yeah, it was. It was you. You didn't hear the line, like
What you want, Joe?
yeah, man.
I thought that was a throwaway line from her.
Come on. What does that even mean in film?
I thought,
man,
but I gotta read the script again.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, homie.
I wanted her to call you Big, but she called you
No,
Joe.
you know what, and it would have been good, but I was so into method acting that I wasn't playing.
I saw you down in that Henny Doggy Dog, a real bottle.
Way better than this.
Working on it.
The hell on, Felicia.
I see you got a lot of those.
That Hen Doggy Dog from Joe, there's iconic lines that come
man.
from working with you, Q.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And you said you thought that was a throwaway line. How was it working with me on the set?
You was, diva'd out a little bit, but we took care of it.
Stop it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Nah,
Well, I thought that's where you were supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just because you asked for a fan of some white roses, bro. Just like
Was there a wardrobe and stuff like when you were on the set
it
with
was
them?
weird. And that's when
Catering?
I was big
All
too,
that good
man.
stuff?
He was like, that was the main thing. He was like, man, how are we gonna find something to fit you? Remember you told me you was like, big, just bring your own clothes.
Did I tell you that?
You was like, man, we done searched all around, man. We even went to the circus and had, that dancing elephant. We tried to get the pants off of that.
Stop.
Yeah, and he was like, man, can you just bring your own clothes? And he was like, we'll wardrobe you out for the day, as far as like paying for it. Yeah, but I had to bring my own clothes in.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It was great wardrobe. It was perfect.
Yeah, man, it was a pleasure working with you, man. As I'm pretty sure it was the same for you with working with me.
And then
man.
you went off to do more and more.
Not really.
Things,
Not really.
You know.
Yeah, not
I'm real proud of your career.
Yeah, man. I'm still hearing radio though. You know what I'm saying? I thought for sure when I got Players Club, man, I was like, oh, this is it.
Yeah, I heard you was this close to resign.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, man.
I'm about to be an actor.
I really put a list together. I was like, Dear Rick Cummings. I was writing to the guy that hired me. Wow. And I started to F, and I was like, nah, let me see what this take off to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, man, it was like, It got quiet.
Yeah, when you was like no Oscar nominations, Cube.
Yeah,
I'm like,
man.
They ain't really looking
I
for
thought
that
for
kind of
sure,
movie.
man, like, Ride Along, all about. I just thought that it was gonna be other movies that you was like, man, like, like Adam Sandler, he got a crew of people that he worked with.
Yeah,
And
I worked with Mike Epps a few times.
Yeah.
AJ
that's
Johnson. I worked with
Ooh, this is no
Tiny Lister a few times.
Also, so you work with the good ones numerous times.
No, I'm just saying, I've done that same thing. You.
So why is it one and done with me, Q?
Well,
you didn't even know I played Joe.
Yeah, you don't look like Joe no more. I gotta find another name for you, another character.
Yeah, well, you know what? We about to do Friday, so that's gonna be good.
Well,
Uh-oh.
Gain that weight back, and then I gotta roll for it.
Method acting. Gotta put the weight back on.
Yeah, let's do it, man.
This dude. Can you imagine?
Man. Hey, Robert De Niro will do it. Why won't Big Boy do it? Come on, baby.
Oh, yeah,
you want
that's
the part
true.
or not?
Hey, man, Mark Wahlberg, for that one movie, he gained all that weight.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
For the
yeah.
first
Yeah,
one?
so maybe so. And I probably have fun getting back into the role. Man, you putting that weight back on, like, man, Cube and I, we got a project. We got a project, man. Big 3 is here, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
Congratulations to you once again, man. That Big 3 has been a push uphill.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you never got away from it, man. Where's the Big 3 at now?
Oh man, we over the hump.
Yeah, man.
Which is it's amazing to be here. It's like you've been gripping on to something so tight, you damn near don't know how to let it go.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people got to pry your hands open.
Why was it so important to you?
Well, a lot of my heroes believed in me. You know what I'm saying? Like Clyde Drexler and Dr. J and Iceman and Rick Barry and these dudes that I grew up watching and they trusted our vision. They participated. Dr. J's been a coach in the league for 7 years.
Hey, dude, how crazy is that for us to grow up and he's an icon?
Yeah.
And now to be somebody that you really work with.
Man, I went to see The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh
Yes,
in the
sir.
theater.
Yes, sir.
And Dr. J was, before Jordan, before LeBron and Magic and Kobe and all them. It was Dr. J. And so to be just hanging with him, talking to him, but now working with him and trying to, blow this league up around his legacy. He started with the ABA.
Yes, sir.
Won the championship. He started with the, then went to the NBA. And then they had the courage to go to another league after you've kind of established yourself as the man. We appreciate it. We named our championship trophy after Dr. J because, it takes somebody like him to see the vision. And so that's why it was so important. Because I had my heroes depending on me to see us through.
And what are the expansion teams that we're starting to see now? Is there an expansion team for LA?
Well, LA bought a franchise.
Right.
And Miami,
what does that mean?
That means they're going to take one of the teams and it's going to be based in LA.
Did we have an LA team before?
No, the teams
even early on?
were not assigned to cities at all.
Oh.
So the teams were just the Ghost Ballers or the Threes Company or Trilogy, never assigned to cities, but now it's going to be assigned. These teams are going to be assigned to cities. And so, we're going to eventually sell all 12 teams to 12 cities, and those teams will play there. And then we'll expand to 16 teams, hopefully 20, and just keep growing it. And that's where we'll have these, these games, it'll be at least 4 games in each city. With the city, like the LA team will have the marquee game at the end of the night. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be fun to see, these cities unlock the fan bases that's in them. When it's cool to watch the game, but when your team is playing,
when it's that territorial thing,
like it just unlocks like a great.
And LA and Miami already in?
LA, Miami, Houston,
oh Lord,
and Detroit already.
And does LA start next year?
next year.
Oh, okay.
And every year after that, we'll have games. You know, so this is the last year you could see the whole league in one place. So we're gonna be in Anaheim on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Honda Center, got to come through.
Oh,
I
would definitely be there too.
And how many games that day?
6 games
Yeah,
for the
man.
price of one.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
The whole
man,
league.
And that's one of the things, Q, where, and I know that you've been around, you know, of course, music and movies and everything, but people would think, and you've done record labels before, but people would think like low-hanging fruit is, oh, let me do a record label. Oh, let me do this, you know, something that's right next to music. But to go out and say, man, I'm going to start a basketball league, that's something totally different, bro. And that's something that I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, everybody told us, stop it.
Right.
You're crazy. Don't do this. Like,
When did
leagues never work. The last league to come out of nowhere and work was the UFC. And so, but we felt we had the perfect formula. We felt we had the perfect sport because we wasn't trying to invent something new.
Right.
We was just trying to elevate something that was already there. Like 3-on-3 has always been the little cousin of 5-on-5, but it's never been elevated to the professional level. And we was like, why not? Then we saw that there was a void in the industry. You know, after the NBA Finals and before the NFL start,
what do you do?
It's boring. You know what I mean? It's like nobody's into sports in that time period unless you know, like mid-season baseball or whatever.
Right.
You know, I'm not
You
knocking
whispered that.
baseball. Yeah, I ain't dissing baseball.
Sound
you know?
like it.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying.
I just said it sound like it.
Most people like postseason baseball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it was a void in the industry. I knew there was a lot of fans out there that always get a basketball hangover when the NBA Finals is over. And a 10-week season, like nothing is hotter than us. You know, the NBA, they got the summer league, but you know, after you see those guys play once or twice, nobody's into that.
You're like, man, who Melvin Jones?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
exactly. You realize these dudes ain't even gonna be on the team in October.
Man. Like,
So
man, I think I went to school with him.
yeah. So we got the hottest thing in the summer, man. And week 5, we here. People have been begging for West Coast games.
Yeah, man.
And the only reason we haven't had a lot is because of our time slot with CBS. You know, when they give us a 1 o'clock Eastern time slot,
We up
it's
at
hard.
10 in the morning.
Can't get you ain't get nobody in the building on Saturday morning at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So now we got a 3 o'clock time slot. So our game's gonna start at noon. So building open at 11. Come through. LA got to show up. You know what I'm saying? It's
exactly,
like,
bro.
This is where the sport was born. This is where the league was born.
And
right
this
here.
is where people look to. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
look at it's got to be successful here as well. And when you were talking about there hasn't been a successful league since the UFC, UFC didn't also have like a so-called big dog going against them. You know what I'm saying? UFC came in with you know, it's
Well, they
MMA.
had boxing.
They had boxing.
But boxing is not as like unified as the
NBA. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So when you have the NBA, that's not you know. And did you know when you had something? Is that when you figured out we got something here because the NBA doesn't want to see this?
Well, we knew we had something before that because when we met with the NBA, you know, they lied to us and said that we love the idea. The more the merrier.
Ooh.
We can't invest, but go for it. We don't want to be a part of it, but go for it.
Take that
They never
thing.
offered to buy you guys out at any moment,
Never.
any point up until now?
No.
Yeah. Love the idea. They probably thought like, oh, that's never gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. They thought it was
Crazy.
going to be, you know, low level. But
Then they start saying he got who?
yeah.
They're going where?
And so then they started, we found out, oh, they hating. You know, like, and so, you know, but what else is new? Like, we, you know,
we used to that. huh?
yeah, like, we know how to deal with hate. So we just did what we had to do to get to this point.
Hey, man, what made you say, you know, we're going to grab veterans, people that played the game, people that, you know, either got shine or didn't get a lot of shine? Like, what made you put that together? Where it's like, because there's still a lot of basketball
Well,
in a lot of the players.
Of course. Like, we knew the NBA were getting rid of people too soon before they were ready. We know it's only so many spots available.
Right.
And it's millions of hoopers out here. So we knew playing 3-on-3 is different than 5-on-5. So we could create our own heroes. We can create our own superstars. Because just because you're good in the NBA, that don't mean you're going to be good in the Big Three.
Right.
We've seen it happen. And just because you were, not really, you never got to the NBA or whatever, that don't mean you can't come in the Big Three and get loose.
Gotcha.
Because we've seen that too. So 3-on-3 is its own sport because you have to be able to do everything. You can't be a specialist.
Right.
We don't have no 3-point specialists. We don't have rebound specialists. We don't have defensive specialists. You got to be able to pass, dribble, shoot, and defend, all four at a high level, or you're going to get locked up. And if you can do those at a high level, you'll be able to get loose.
AQ, before, did we always call it a 3-on-3? Was it always called the Big Three? Or
yeah,
what?
always the Big Three.
I'm talking about us growing up as kids. Or was it, or is the Big Three what we
Big Three, the reason we use that term because it was used in basketball circles as the best players on the floor.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, your best players on your team usually is your Big Three. You know what I mean? So we were taking that concept because, for one, we wanted guys to play big. And so we just took a known concept in sports, and it was already in people's mind. It was already people's,
Gotcha.
brain. So once we called this league the Big Three, it was acceptable as the best of the best.
What do you feel about, because y'all put an offer out to Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah.
What do you feel now with Caitlin Clark not going? And I mean, because she was just going to play this season and still could have played WNBA, or how would that have worked out for her?
Yeah, our schedules with the Fever, we only had one overlap. And we was willing to move those games at the time. And so, we was willing to do a lot of things because we saw business-wise, it would just open up a lot of opportunities for the league. Sponsor-wise, it would, unlock millions of dollars. So we had to go for it.
Yeah.
We didn't know if she was up for the challenge or not. That's a big challenge to play in a man's sport. So, you got to be kind of up to make that statement too.
I would just did it for the money.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
Yeah.
We made the offer, and
was it like 10 million? What was it?
it was $5 million a year for a couple of years, and some other concessions. But at the end of the day, it was really up to her. It was more about the challenge, I think, than the money, because she's still a college player. She got to cut her teeth in the WNBA.
Yeah.
Try to cut your teeth in both leagues at the same time could be, a little overwhelming.
Do you enjoy the games, or are you like,
I do.
Okay. Because I was just
as a
wondering
fan,
if you're
I love
looking
it.
different, like, man, why is that door open over there? Like, what's going on?
I'm looking at that too, but I'm enjoying the games, and I just want a great presentation.
Yeah, man.
Inside the arena for the fans that's there, and all over the world where we're broadcasting. So you got to look good everywhere for me to be happy.
Did being a perfectionist when it comes to what your stage shows look like, how you do certain things on stage, your career as far as movies, and how professional you are when it comes to your music too, does that work for you also with the Big Three? Where it's like,
Yeah, it's all paying attention to detail, and knowing what the people want, and because it's the same thing you should want. If I was a fan, that's how I'm looking at everything, like a fan. Like, how would I want to see this if I was not a part of it? And if it's not that, then that's when you hear from me.
Like, you don't hear crazy stuff from Cube. You know what I'm saying? Where, like, if you had so many other things where I'd be like, yeah, dude, now this dude talking about starting a basketball league. You know, like, that's Cube being Cube. So when you came with Big 3, I was like, for one, I thought it was a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then when I started to see, like, man, Big 3's moving, who's coming to the Big 3, other people are trying to make sure that they become players for the Big 3. Like, it's a place where people want to go. And it's never been slapstick. It's never been like the MTV, halftime thing where, and everybody come in and it's very competitive.
Yeah.
Very competitive, man. And even when we see, like, the All-Star game, it's kind of like loose passing and, and guys, nobody doing a dunk contest. Like, when you see Big 3, these dudes are really out there and those championships really mean because they're competitive and they've been there.
Yeah, and they playing against their peers.
Yeah, man.
On TV for money. I don't know
that makes it real.
How, and we've done everything we've thought of everything to ensure that they're competitive, by first to 50, like a sprint.
Right.
I'm looking at the clock. Oh, we're going to win this one. I can kind of kick back. But first to 50, we saw a team this week have 49. It was 49-42, and they lost.
Damn.
So you got to play the
and that
whole
hurt all
game.
the same too, bro.
Yeah, you got to play it out. You can't rest. It's a sprint. So with the NBA, I got 4 quarters.
Right.
I could, if I won 28, I heard Jordan or one of these players break down, like, if they wanted 28 points, they just need to score 7 points a quarter, and they got it. And I'm like,
right, you ain't
go out
getting
there
it here.
Score 10, 20 a quarter. You know, it's like, go for it. So with our games, it's first to 50 wins. So you can, mess around if you want to.
Yeah.
Probably gonna get an L.
And had that 49 and 42 and you get your ass
your
ass whooped.
You think it's one if you want to and kind of kick back.
Play to the end.
Gotta play it all the way through.
Hey man, what do you feel about LeBron and Bronny playing together? Like, we've never seen this before in the history of the NBA, and now you see father and son playing together.
I think it's cool, especially with the Lakers now. The Lakers don't give a damn about no draft picks. We all know that. They ain't cared about draft picks since Magic Johnson, maybe James Worthy.
If we could just...
it's like we don't...
Tripping.
Lakers, they see if you can play, and then they see if you want to be a Laker. So go be a star somewhere, and then we see if you want to come play here. That's how it was with Kareem. That's how it was with Shaq. So it's like... That's the Lakers' way of doing things. It was Wilt Chamberlain, all that. That's how the Lakers do things. So if Bron's son is gonna make him happy and make him go for it and be a getting championship mode if he can. He might want to be on the podium with his son. Playing with him might wear off in 20 games, and it's like, man, I want to win a championship. This is a different level. So if it's going to make LeBron a better player, why not?
Is there a different pressure, being that you worked with your son, O'Shea? Is there a different pressure when you are working with your son, not to you, but from the outside?
The only pressure it is for him to live out what you see in him, his potential. I wouldn't have gave him the job if he wasn't good enough.
You made it harder on your son, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The coach's son always got it harder.
Yeah.
So, because I knew there would, it was the same thing. He ain't ready. Why he get the job? He ain't never did this before. He can't do it at this level, blah, blah, this and blah, blah, that. And, this Nepo baby,
man,
crazy, stupid sounding stuff.
I've never heard Nepo or nepotism. I didn't hear that 5 years ago. That's new. That's like AI.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard of it, but you know, it's
Well,
it's a
you went to a
natural
good
thing.
school and you went to college too, though. So you,
Damn. It's a natural thing, you know, to want to help your son, man, or help
Right.
your daughter, help your family member get ahead, man. Like, shut up.
right. Yeah,
Like, what the hell you here for? You know what I'm saying? Like, who gonna take care of you at the end of the day? You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And
when
especially if they up to it and they cut and they ready for it.
thank you. You know,
yeah, man.
My son is second generation Hollywood. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? He didn't, as a little kid, he been around Hollywood his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
So he know what it take to be, you know, great, not only on the screen, but off the screen, promoting, you know, just all around business. And I'm pretty sure LeBron, like any NBA son, is more ready for the NBA than any of these other
Right.
kids coming from college or from France or wherever the hell they come from.
And different pressures too.
Yeah.
And
So-
different pressures, man.
And so they cut a little different. They cut a little different. They understand how big the moments are and how to step up.
Can you still go to? Will you go to a Laker game or do the NBA try to block you out now?
Nah,
Because I see you walking in like, oh man, yeah, we got your seat. You be way up there.
Yeah, you know, yeah,
I'd
you
be
know,
like, why you
I
here?
usually when I go to a game, you know, I usually buy my own ticket.
Right,
you know.
right.
But
Don't
that's
have to
how I
ask for
was anyway. You know, I never asked for tickets. You know, when it was at the Forum Staples Center, I had a suite over there.
Mhm.
You know, I never asked for tickets because I want to be a fan.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Don't want to owe nobody
yeah,
nothing.
I don't wanna, yeah,
I get
you
in my
know?
way.
You know, well, if you really support and buy a ticket, you know, asking me for a ticket and coming through is that's showing up. I don't know if that's supporting, but you know,
man.
yeah. So
Q,
so,
let me get two of them.
You
Hey,
got-
Q, I'm
yeah.
out here in the front, man. It's just tickets, no
yeah,
passes.
Yeah, man, I came here to support. What's up?
Yeah, man.
You know, so-
All in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. He
Eating.
talking about us.
All in the dressing room eating.
Yeah. Yeah, he low key talking about me and Jose. Hell yeah.
Yeah, but so you know, I it's definitely go to the Laker game.
Hey,
for
Q,
sure.
what do you do away from? Because it seems like you always working. You stay active as far as like shows and writing and Big Three got to be a beast. What do you do just to relax? What's Cube away from?
Man, I'm having a ball. Like, relax for what? I'm living my best life, living the dream on a lot of levels. Music, movies, now sports.
Man, I
I
remember
don't want to sleep.
one time our vacations overlapped. We were in Hawaii. Do you know how bad I wanted to see you swim? Like, you know what I'm saying? or just on a boat fishing. Like there's just
Hilarious.
some things where we don't see Q doing. Like Q, do
Yeah.
you cook?
Not a lot. Nah, ain't no good cook.
Nah.
My wife is too good, so I know I stay in my lane.
Is there a favorite way that you like to relax?
Yeah, with a nice plate in front of me, you know what I mean? With a game on the TV, whatever.
Gotcha.
You know, just
Do you do
Yeah,
any
I'm
wellness
simple.
or massages? Do you get pedicures?
no,
Yeah.
nah,
No pedicures?
nah, man,
No manicures?
nah. You see these dogs? No,
Nah.
none of that.
What about a massage? Will you go get a massage?
Sometimes, you know what I mean, like if I want to recover from shows,
Right.
if I got too many shows in a row,
Do you eat sushi?
no.
Right. What about hookah? You ever tried hookah?
I tried it, but I smoke blunts, so
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
hookah.
why
is
play
just-
around with it?
Yeah, it's like, you know,
It's
I ain't
childish.
gonna just, I
yeah.
ain't gonna just smoke just to smoke.
Just have stuff coming out of my mouth for social media.
It's baby nuts.
It's fun.
Yeah. Q, when was the last time you got pulled over by the police?
Oh man, it has to be 15 years ago.
Did they pull you over because they knew it was Ice Cube?
Probably so. I
Mhm.
don't, you know, they didn't do nothing but say what's up.
Do you have a current driver's license, like a valid driver's license now?
Yeah, I do.
Did you go into the DMV?
I did.
And
Yeah.
Did you have an appointment or they took you through a back door or did you stand in line?
I mean, I had an appointment, you know, so I was able to.
I
just
would
go
love
right
to see
up.
you walk into the DMV.
Yeah, they
man.
was tripping.
When was the last time you went?
They was in there tripping. Who was this? I went in there. You know.
When was the last time you went to the grocery store
Oh man. Damn.
and shopped?
And shopped.
Yeah, like went to and.
Probably before the pandemic.
Oh, okay, so that's not too long ago.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to like it. You know, me and my woman go to the store, grocery store.
I told you about the time when I saw you in a grocery store.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And this before I got into radio. Then we just happened to be on the same aisle all the time because I was following you. Yeah, man. I was like, and that's when you do. That's like that when you see the magazine. They be like, man, stars are just like us. You know what I'm saying? That was me. I was like, man, Q shops. Like, man, I thought that this was gangsta dope, man. This dude got bread and everything. This dude got turkey meat. Yeah. What about gas, man? You get out and pump your own gas?
Yeah. Who else gonna pump it? Who else gonna pump it?
I don't know. You don't have like an assistant?
Come on, man.
Yeah, you never see Q with like an
Yeah.
assistant or.
You have a Jack in the Box
Oh my God,
special,
bro.
right? If we were to
Yeah.
roll up right now, because I think they only serve it like at late night. Do you think they would give it to us or make it for us?
Probably so.
Like right now during the day.
Yeah.
Should pull up.
Have you ever pulled up to Jack in the Box and got your own meal?
Of course.
What do you say when you come with? Like, if we do this, if I do this.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. May I help you?
Yeah, let me get that cube meal, man.
Cube meal, man.
Yep.
Alrighty, and what would you like to drink with that cube meal, man?
Strawberry soda.
Alrighty, pull around to the front, please. Thank
Here
you.
I come. Here I come.
What the fuck? It's you! Hey man, and you know it's a trip, Q. I didn't see a lot of fanfare. It's not like you went out and I don't know if you went on social media. It was like, oh man, Q got the meal. You know what I'm saying?
munchy meal.
We just happened to pull up, and I was like, man, Q got a meal at Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
It's loaded,
Yeah.
bro.
It's dope.
How did that come together? Because I know I've been on the road with you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I know you don't trust to a lot of different foods. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, I just eat what I eat at the house, and you can't mess this up. So, were you eating Jack in the Box before?
Yeah, I like Jack in the Box.
I don't know. This don't sound like you really love Jack in the Box.
I mean, you know,
let's stop it. I don't want to mess my money up.
I used to rock that ultimate.
Hold on, let's go back again. Here we go. So, do you enjoy Jack in the Box?
Yeah, I love Jack
I
in the
heard
Box.
that, man. Yeah. So, who put the meal together? Did you do the meal together like yourself?
It was a collaboration.
Because the meal is chicken tater melt,
Yeah.
one taco, curly fries,
Hell
mini
yeah.
churros, and a small Sprite and an ice cube sticker.
Yeah, you get a sticker.
Yeah.
I want one.
Hey, do you eat like that?
No, but I'll do it for the sticker.
Hey, dude, I love how it's crazy because once I lost the weight, that's when all the homies start getting their meals. You know what I'm saying? Cardi B got her meal.
That's true.
Yeah, everybody got their
Sweetie.
meals
Very
afterwards.
true,
You know what I'm saying? Who else? Yeah,
Sweetie,
Sweetie got
Travis
her
Scott.
meal. Travis. Like after I lost the weight, y'all didn't want to kick in when I was there, huh? Why you didn't have a Jack in the Box cater today?
Hey, man, look, Jack in the Box approached us.
Right.
Yeah. So I did the song called Jack in the Box in
Yep, remember it?
2018 or something like that. So they came to us and said, yo, you got a song called Jack in the Box. We want to use it. I said, all right, no problem.
You need to do a song called
And-
Bank of America.
And so we didn't hear from them for months. You know what I mean? So I didn't know if they was going to use it or not. Then they said, yo, you want to do a campaign with us? We want to do a Cubes Munchie Meal. So I was like, what's in it? Let's go.
And here we are.
And here we
When was
are.
the last time you had a munchie meal?
When they first came out.
That's very vague.
Yeah, man. When they first came out.
You think I got to release? April 13th.
It was middle of June, man. I don't know the exact date.
He's like, big man. I got a whole basketball organization, man. I'm moving tickets for Sunday. You talking about Jack in the Box is all right?
Talking about $11 meal here?
Yeah, man. We talking about practice? Is that what we talking about, man?
I went the last time.
Yeah, he was like, man, you still got fat tendencies, man. Big, you still got fat ways, man. You still got fat ways. Q, what do you watch on TV?
Yeah.
Are you like First 48, those kind of shows?
Hell no.
Oh, that's my shit.
depressing.
Really though?
Hell yeah, man. Watch people crying and losing life and
Damn.
looking for criminals.
Yeah,
and
don't judge me.
snitching and all that. Ugh.
Well, Jesus Christ, it's
Yeah.
your music. Man. Oh, this dude, man. So what do you watch? You know what I'm saying? What, Pippi Longstocking? Like, what the fuck do you watch?
Watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah, man.
I don't watch TV, man.
Nah, that's a safe answer. He don't want us
I
to
don't
know.
watch TV.
You're like, oh, you know, American Idol. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, have you seen that dude on The Voice? Like this one. So you don't watch any TV? Do you go to the theater still?
Rarely. Rarely. When was the last time you was at the theater, Big?
Over the weekend?
What you see?
Friday after next?
Oh,
Okay, I didn't know. I don't know, man. I just wanted to say something, man. Nah, it's been a while, man. Plus the theater over by my house, man, it's closed.
so why you looking at me like I done said something crazy?
Because you did.
You can blink 100 times. I blink 101. What we doing?
I'll blink 102 then, Q.
I'll blink 103
Well, I
then, Big.
blink 104.
145.
You know Kevin Hart don't really like you. You told us.
I don't care.
He's getting petty now, man. You know what I'm saying? But if I could write, I'd write a hot 16 and just diss the shit out this motherfucker. Man, is there anywhere in the world, Q, that you can go that you haven't been recognized? Share with everybody how you try to sneak the gun into Jamaica. Tell them that. No, on accident. Yeah.
On accident.
Hey, Q, there's another question I want to ask you, and I've asked you this before, and I even thought about this morning when I was getting ready for work. You and your queen, y'all renewed your vows,
Yeah.
and I got invited to that.
Yep.
To this day, I still feel like that was an accident.
Why?
I don't know, man. It just seemed like when I got in there, it was like a lot of friends and family. And I had to like introduce myself to people. You know? like everybody knew each other. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she was like, hey, how you doing, man? I'm like, pleasure to see you. She's like, oh, and you
Was
are?
you
I'm
there?
Cuban. I'm Cuban. I'm like,
Was you there, Big?
yes, I was.
Okay. I looked at the list several times before I okayed it and said, okay, these are the people.
Because I
there.
did see Andre 3000 name on there. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong letter?
Yeah. So when I saw Andre 3000, I was like, man, he wanted the OI in here. Yeah, man.
Yeah, right.
But I had a good time there, bro. I had a good time, man. Were you hip to that? I brought you guys an empty box wrapped up. You know how they had a gift table? I'm notorious for either putting like a card there that I just took off
box?
that don't have no money on it. Then when people call like, man, you know, your such and such card didn't work. I was like, man, was it demagnetized? That's my game. That's my game, brother. When does the new music drop?
Very soon.
Very soon.
Like, hopefully in a month or two.
I heard that, bro. Well, make sure you come back to the neighborhood, man. And once again, congratulations to you, man, on all things, especially at the moment with Big 3 and the way we're concentrating on that, man.
Appreciate that, man. Come out, you know what I mean, and hang out with your homeboy. We in Anaheim this Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Doors open at 11. First game is at noon.
And all 6 games.
6
One game
games.
get you all.
Yep, 6 games for the price of 1. Got Dub C performing,
Hello.
DJ Quick.
Come on, man.
So it's gonna be.
Hey, dude, not only is it a great game, great performances, but it's even just worth it to get out the sun.
Without
Like,
a doubt.
you know what I'm
Hell
saying?
yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, man.
I mean,
So-
at the perfect time, we'll have you out of there when it start to get,
Yeah, when it cool
nice.
down a little bit, when it's tolerable.
You go, and hang out for the rest of your Sunday. But, come hang out with us. We only here every now and then.
Yes, sir.
So, I expect everybody to be out there.
Ice Cube in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.
Appreciate it.